Hello, my wonderful people. Thank you so much for being with me again in this channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So they said former Nigeria President Muhammed Buhari is dead. He passed away in London. I'm sure that some of you guys have heard what happened, right? You guys have heard what happened to Muhammed Buhari, the way he passed away in London, and people are saying that that this one Buhari, is dead. Like what is really happening? So, former Nigerian President Muhammad Buhari is dead. He passed away in London on Sunday afterwards a brief illness. As news of his death spread across the country and beyond, Nigeria is witnessing a nation war divided not between the north and south, but between memory and what reality, between mourning and protest. So there were some photos of his burial and funeral arrangements in Daura, because you guys know that his body has actually returned to Nigeria from London. So according to the Daily Post, the former Nigerian president died on Sunday in London. His body is expected to arrive in Nigeria today, which is Monday, for immediate burial in his hometown of Daura, Katsina State. Now, many people started reacting to his death. Many Nigerians were reacting, like there were some people who were rejoicing over his death, while some people are not really rejoicing. So Buhari, they said he died in London on Sunday, brief illness undisclosed to the public. But according to what Sowore was saying, Sowore said that he died of blood cancer. The burial to take place in Daura, Katsina State. Reactions pouring in from Nigerians, both at home and abroad. But as Nigerians receive this news, the nation is not even simply mourning. This is also remembering, and what many remembered is pain. As many Nigerians receive this news, many people are not even mourning his death. Some were saying that all they could remember when Buhari was alive was pain and nothing but pain. They went on further to talk about even the end-SARS protest. For some, Buhari was a man of discipline and anti-corruption ideals, but for others, they said that, especially the young generation, they said he was a symbol of suffering, suppression, words, and silence. Prominent voices are now challenging the idea that the former leader should be mourned at all, citing a legacy marred by insecurity, hunger, corruption, and brutality. Now, Omoyele Sowore now wrote, he slaughtered hundreds of sheep, ordered soldiers to open fire on peaceful end-SARS protesters, disappeared activities like Dayita, and massacred IPOB youth. He disobeyed court orders, jailed critics, and destroyed the economy. Now they want us to mourn him. The Omoyele Sowore, a well-known activist and former presidential candidate, pulled no punches. He listed 4 major accusations against Buhari. So I'll be listing them. He said Zaria massacre, over 300 Shiite Muslims reportedly killed in 2015, end-SARS shooting, alleged military killings of peaceful protesters at Lekki Toll Gate in October 2020, the adoption of Dayita, a social media critic who disappeared under mysterious circumstances, IPOB killings in the southeast, brutal military operations against the IPOB youth. Sowore called Buhari a trant who ruined everything he touched. His words have sparked major debates online. Beyond, Sowore and others have echoed similar sentiments. Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Igboha expressed no sympathy for Buhari's death, describing his presidency as an era of ethnic persecution and injustice. Critics argue that Buhari's government operated like a military regime in disguise, disobeying court orders, clamping down on press freedom, and attacking decent voices. I will show you guys this video of what Sunday Igbo has said about Buhari's death, and I'll be right back. Just watch this video, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, I thank God for my life today. My people, Buhari don't die. See life. See life. The Buhari criminal man that is sent DSS and military to come and kill me, maybe in the night, in July 1st, 2021. He died today. See life. My people, we're supposed to learn about this. That criminal man, Buhari, Muhammad Buhari, he don't die. See, I'm alive today. I thank God. God, thank you for my life today. Criminal Fulani man that is with some Yoruba, with some stupid Yoruba people that gang off and come to my house, middle in the night. They try to take my life, but God said no. If God say yes, nobody can say no. God said no. See life. You don't die today. Thank God. God, I thank you.
Sit down, sit down, sit down. I said, don't give them mama head and baba head and baba head. Wait till you go to you. Alright, this is a special warning to everybody. Anywhere where you see my comment about Buhari, don't try to be stupid. Don't come there to come and say, what about you? That is it. Shut up your mouth. Let's just mourn your own. Show you the mourn. And your papa died. Mourn now. May you rest. Me, when decide I no go mourn Buhari, leave me. Idiots. How many times did you mourn the people they killed at Target? Or you don't know that he was president then? Do you know how many innocent people have lost their lives because of the useless governance of these people? How can you be a president and for the trillions and trillions and trillions of budgets and money you borrowed from IMF, you could not build a standard hospital? You have to go and die in London. You don't die where? They're supposed to wipe you for that your bed. I can imagine the best of doctors that treated you, yet you died. Now imagine us, we don't even get equipment where they treat. Now God, they keep us. Please, oh, mourn a peace. You idiots that are under my comment section trying to form. If I swear I'll go for na, see it go reach una body. Pasalwa, they crazy. Oguwa berak visual. Ugo, una de mad. Oh, I should feel sorry now. I'm seeing some blog posting slow music. It's picture you there, Chris. Sentiments and emotions will not kill Nigerians. We should suddenly celebrate a Buhari. You are four idiots, the most miserable. Please, oh, let's just say, no wonder. For some days now, the useless garbage show. You they confess now, so now do this. Rats no enter office, now talk. Now so Buhari no go collect money for food. He was not dubious. Instead of collecting millions for food, he was eating beans and bread as president. You all idiots. And the idiots who not say we be now actually be. Maybe because now don't say time for announcements don't reach. So you are trying to whitewash the image. And so persons are coming to prevail on me to show emotions. A man that couldn't do anything. You didn't provide jobs, you didn't provide security, healthcare was zero, education zero, as to they strike every year. Protestants were killed and thrown inside river like waste product. There's nothing he was ever aware of. When the thing gets international recognition, they seek for the president's speech. He said, I was not aware. Is he aware is dead? Somebody should tell him. Please, oh, please, if you have fake wishes to share it and not block you. But if you carry on come my doorstep now, Google help me kill you. This is the time to tag all Nigerian politicians. The time you will use to do condolence, use it to tag Tinubu, tag Ababio, tag Wike, tag all your governors, tag all the useless politicians that has made our life living hell, has made our youth age useless. Tag them and remind them that they will all die one day. Oh yes, I know I'm gonna die too. But the tears on my grave.
We lost former president of Nigeria, Muhammed Buhari. I want us to start from that and get your view on the shocking news that we had just a few minutes ago.
In fact, this is very surprising because most of us, we didn't even know when he left Nigeria for medical treatment in the UK. Until this evening, when news came in that he's late, I was asking myself, we didn't know when he traveled for medical treatment. And for a man like that, he can't come up at the airport without any of the pressmen taking notice. We would have heard that, look, Buhari have left Nigeria for UK, for medical, whatever. So, for me, I am still doubting it. I am still doubting it because initially, when his first medical treatment in the UK happened, it was shrouded in secrecy. So, when it comes to Buhari's health, nobody knows exactly what is going on. Nobody have told us the truth. So, me, I will be skeptical maybe until tomorrow. When we start hearing from other sources and all that, maybe we see pictures and all that. For me, I will be skeptical, I must tell you the truth, because the people handling him have not been able to tell us the truth about him. It was just recently that Shehu Garuba came to reveal some of the things he did to package Buhari's health, that he lied to Nigerians about Buhari's health. So I wouldn't be surprised if such a thing, maybe they are selling a doomie to us.
Barrister,
Yeah.
the family issued a statement signed by Garba Shehu saying that announcing the passing of the former president. So I think it's a real story. I don't think it's speculation anymore.
Even as it true, Dr. Damages, maybe you don't know how things work out in Nigeria. You don't understand how things work here. Garuba Shehu is not a family member. If such a thing happened, I was expecting the federal government of Nigeria to issue such a statement. As a former president, the presidency of Nigeria should be the one to issue such a statement. Garuba Shehu have lied to us before. So what makes you think I will believe him now? Is he a Buhari son? Is he from their family? These are issues. I am telling you, based on the lies they told us before about Buhari's health. And
all right,
with the politics going on now, anything can happen. Dr. Damages, anything can happen in Nigeria. Whatever is coming out from Buhari's now, I will take it with a pinch of salt. That's what I'm saying.
All right, Barrister, I hear you. We are going to let our audience also join us because we are getting information from different sources. One of them is telling us that Shetima, the vice president, was actually sent to London to go and bring back the body of the former president. There are reports here that Tinubu probably, when he left Brazil, that he stopped by London to see Buhari before coming back last night. So there are so many stories connected to this that we are going to touch on. But what do you think about his legacy?
When they come back with the body, there's no need rushing into it. When they come back with the body,
okay,
I will now understand that it is Buhari's body. You can take it off from there.
All right. What about his legacy as a leader? He was head of state twice, one as a military guy and the other time as elected official. What do you make of that?
If you are asking for legacy, I don't think Buhari left a very good legacy for Nigeria. I don't think so. The records are there. Anybody can come and package all the lies, but the facts speaks for itself. In law, we said reg ipso locutor. That means the fact speaks for itself. It will be difficult for anybody to come and rewrite Buhari's history. Because from the time he became NNPC, what they call chairman of NNPC, he was the first one. From that time till now, the oil industry have been going into turmoil. I was thinking that with a Buhari, who we were told is a no-nonsense man, is Mr. Integrity, would have cleaned up any NPC, because that is our cash cow. But that place is the heaven of corruption in Nigeria, as I talk to you today. That place has never seen the light of day since Buhari became the first NNPC chairman. And something happened while he was there. There was a $2.8 billion that was missing from that same institution. I was thinking that Buhari would help us to get that money. But while investigation was going on to find out who took that money to Midland Park in the US, Shagari's government was overthrown. And who inherited that government? Buhari. And since that time, nobody talked about that money up to today. So when people come and they are packaging him, telling us he's Mr. Integrity, in fact, he's holier than God, I was just shaking my head. His administration, everybody in the whole world knows what went down under his administration. For 8 years, Dr. Damages, for 8 years, Buhari messed up this country to the extent that his own party are now regretting bringing him to power. APC have been crying and lamenting of what Buhari did to our treasury, to our economy. So, is there anyhow you can now package or repackage it? What will you say that Buhari brought to us? We didn't have peace under his regime. We didn't have good economy. Nothing should show for his administration. Nothing. I challenge anybody to tell me otherwise. Nothing. I said, as of today, up to tomorrow, his own political party, APC, are lamenting of Buhari's administration. That will tell you how bad the things was under Buhari. So, in fact, it's a very big disappointment that Nigeria went through what they went through under Buhari.
All right, Barrister, I wanted this morning to start the conversation by telling you that Abdul Salami Abubakar is in London sick, that Buhari is in London sick, but now Buhari is dead. Abdul Salami is still there in the hospital in the UK. What do you make of our leaders being treated abroad?
Very shameful. Dr. Damage is very, very shameful. Very, very shameful. You know, in other climes, this kind of thing shouldn't have happened. Mandela died in South Africa. Mandela, he died in South Africa. The question is it that we don't have the resources to build a world-class hospital in Nigeria that can take care of the health of leaders? The answer is no. We have the money, but they prefer to go and use it and spend abroad. And leave us in this type of mess. Even with what has happened today, no lesson will be learned. The present president is still John Keating all over the world, telling us he's going for one working visit or the other. Meanwhile, he's seeking for medical help. Nobody will come out and tell us the truth. That is even the irony. When Buhari was sick, nobody told us. They were not packing. He went for holidays. No, there was nothing they did not tell us. And gullible Nigerians, we bought it so that peace will reign. So, if they have look, when APC was campaigning, Dr. Dambe, he said that there will be no medical trip abroad for anybody in APC. He said it. That was one of their campaign slogan, so that they can unseat PDP. Today, now, what happened? So, you know, when a lie has become too obvious, you can no longer tell a lie. If they have their way, they would have told.
So guys, I'm sure you guys have heard what they said about Buhari's death. They went on further saying that nobody is even, talking about Buhari's death or being remorseful for what happened, because they all know that, these people, Buhari's regime was full of tears. If you guys heard when this Benin woman she was saying, she said, I can't mourn Buhari's death because his death is just full of pains. These people really dealt with us. Buhari's regime really dealt with us. People went on further saying, how are they even sure that it is Buhari that is the person that is dead? Because people are saying that Buhari died long time ago in 2017, that these people have been trying to confuse us. People even said that when he was sick, nobody heard Buhari went to London for his treatment. Nobody heard such a thing. And as I'm talking to you guys now, there's this kind of joy in the northern side. People are rejoicing over the death of Buhari. Like, just watch this video, guys.
tambaya a nan da gaske Buhari ya mutu ko kuma kawai sharri suke yi masa. Buhari ya mutu saura Tinubu.
So guys, you can see that these people were just rejoicing over Buhari's death. It was shocking. Northerners are rejoicing over his death. It's to show you that they don't even like Buhari from the beginning. Buhari really showed them shege. So, you know, even like I told you guys, Showore came out and was exposing everything that Buhari did in his regime, both the Zaria massacre, the EndSARS shooting, the abduction of Dadi Yatta. They say he was a social media critic who just disappeared under mysterious circumstances, IPOB killings in the southeast, brutal military operation, you know, against the IPOB youth. Showore called Buhari a tyrant who ruined everything he touched. Like beyond Showore, others have echoed similar sentiments. Yoruba Nation's agitator Sunday Ebo expressed no sympathy for Buhari's death, describing his presidency as an era of ethnic persecution and injustice. Critics argue that Buhari government operated like a military regime in disguise, disobeying court orders, clamping down on press freedom, and attacking what decent voices. Now, a legacy in conflict. And its hero. He said his defendants point to his fight against corruption and Boko Haram, but many Nigerians, especially the youth, will never forget the EndSARS massacre, the killings in the southeast, the oppression of the activities, the missing voices, the poverty. As his body returns to Daura, Nigeria is left with haunting questions. What kind of nation buries its past without facing it? Should we celebrate those who silenced us? Is death enough to absolve a leader from accountability? Like, what do you think, guys? Should Nigerians really mourn Buhari, or is it time to speak truth to power, even in death? Because even people who were, you know, coming against Buhari were saying, why are they saying such a thing? Why are they saying that it's good that Buhari died? People were, you know, saying a lot of things. People were in support of the way Buhari died, and some people were saying that some people are not in support of it. Now, I want you guys to listen to this woman. This woman actually told us that Buhari has died a long time ago, but Nigerians are just trying to, they're just trying to confuse us. Guys, just watch what this woman said, and I'll be right back.
In the midst of this morning, let us understand who died. Na Jibril died, Abina Buhari died. In the 4 years, 4 whole years, 9 days take traumatize us. Jibril versus Buhari. So where Aisha Buhari now, let's see her come and tell her. Be like say, now the only person who will tell us the truth when it concerns federal matter. Now Jibril with the man now, Abina Buhari. We don't want a station where tomorrow they'll come and tell us that it is Jibril that died. Buhari is still in London. Let us know. Nothing will pay me past this death. Say, na private hospital. Do you know the amount of money that has gone down? As a former president, it will still be Nigeria that will be responsible. Or our money where they Buhari hand. Now in the take bed. Politicians, yes, share. Make una do well. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, my papa, you have seen it now. Oh. Do well. Infrastructure. Whether na Jibri, Abina Buhari, that is the only question I have in this video. The only president that is doing well is the president that will build infrastructure. The rate at which we travel for medical is too much. We cannot even trust our own medical system. We cannot trust our medical system for anything. Now they carry this man, go private. I can imagine the money in pounds. Come, Shesi Naira, I can imagine. And I will make sure that I investigate the hospital where this Baba Pai. Let me get the copy of the how much where they spend. What is the one on Louis? They siphon us for this country. According to one former minister, no one mentioned him. He said we are always shouting about what is spoiled. That if only we know what is rotten. A old minister, now he talking for me. He said he always pity me the way I'm shouting. That if we know what is rotten, then we will know. Hey, Jibril Abina Buhari will die now.
Heard what she said, right? You guys have heard what this woman said. To be honest, people were saying that Buhari has died a long time ago. That in fact, the Buhari that they're saying is dead now, they are just trying to confuse us. Like that is what many people are saying. Like many people have been saying that Buhari died long time ago. So like this one now that coming and tell us Buhari died again. Are they trying to tell us that Buhari has died again? That's what many people were asking. Many people are just asking that question. Now, you guys know that many people are really happy for the death of Buhari because they know that Buhari has actually done a lot to them in Nigeria. If people even went up talking about NSAS protests, like who ordered the killings of NSAS protests if it is not Buhari? Buhari was the one that ordered for the killings of NSAS protests. Yes, because he was the president then. So people were saying, why are people saying we should mourn his death when he was, his legacy was just evil? Even Shewore said his legacy of Buhari is nothing to write home about. In fact, his legacy was just evil, poverty, everything was happening in his legacy. And like it was just too much. It was just too much. People went up. In fact, anybody that was sympathizing, there were people that saying, why are you sympathizing with a man that never brought peace in Nigeria, a man that finished Nigeria completely? Now, the legacy of Muhammed Buhari: insecurity worsened during his tenure. Under Buhari, banditry, kidnapping, herdsmen attacks, Boko Haram, ISWAP, and unknown government operations skyrocketed. Schools in the north were shut down multiple times due to mass abductions. Chibok, Dapch, and Kankara. Nigerian military became overwhelmed despite heavy funding. Over 63,000 Nigerians reportedly killed between 2015 to 2023 due to violent insecurity. Economic in shambles. Nigeria lost major value under Buhari from before dollar was 197 in 2015. Now in 2023, dollar is like $900 in naira. 900 naira, and like it was just too much. Inflation hit historic highs. Food inflation, especially making basic stamps like rice, garri, and beans unaffordable. Massive unemployment and youth despair. Buhari borrowed over 77 trillion, pushing Nigeria to a debt crisis. Like this is even the one that is making people to get angry. Buhari borrowed over 77 trillion, pushing Nigeria to debt crisis. Like after all the whole money he borrowed, he couldn't use it to do a reasonable thing in Nigeria. He couldn't use it to build investment. Poverty, unemployment rose, and like a lot happened in Buhari's regime. Oil production, the mainstay of Nigeria's economy, hit lowest levels under his leadership due to theft and mismanagement. Authoritarian style of leadership, repeated disobedience of court orders, especially in high-profile cases like Nnamdi Kanu and Shewore himself. Media houses and journalists harassed. Example, the Daily Trust, Channels TV, and Arise used DSS and military to clamp down on critics, protesters, and opposition voices, just like what happened in NSAS. Like they used the DSS and the military to clamp down them. If you see when these people were shooting at protesters, when the military were shooting at NSAS protesters, it was a bloody experience. Like on NSAS 2020, a dark chapter. October 20th, 2020, soldiers allegedly opened fire on peaceful protesters at Lekki toll gate. Despite video evidences and eyewitness account, Buhari's administration denied every wrongdoing. The panel of inquiry later confirmed extrajudicial killings, but justice was never served. Ethnic and religious bias allegation, appointments under Buhari heavily favored northern Muslims, leading to accusation of what nepotism. Igbo, Yoruba, and Middle Belt leaders felt what marginalized. His silence during the Fulani herdsmen attack angered many southern communities. Critics described this region as northernization of Nigeria, the crushing of dissent. Many activists either jailed, harassed, adopted, or was silent. A university lecturer and social critic disappeared in 2019 and remained missing to date, named Abubakar Idris. He was a university lecturer and a social critic till now. Nobody have heard anything about him, and the man disappeared in 2019 and remained to today. We've not heard anything about it, and all these things happened in Buhari's regime. And people were coming out to tell us that, oh, we should mourn Buhari. And many Nigerians were saying that, why are we going to mourn a man who has brought peace to Nigeria over the years? Buhari put us in debt, and still nothing was all the money he borrowed, the trillions, he didn't use it to say, okay, this is what I use the money to do for Nigerians. Like there was no good legacy about Buhari. Protesters often met with brutal force. Abuja, Lagos, Enugu, and Kaduna saw numerous clampdowns. Labeled IPOB a terrorist group while refusing to declare killer herdsmen as terrorists. Military raids in the southeast resulted in hundreds of deaths. The Operation Python Dance Egweke was launched to suppress IPOB activities, especially in Abia, Imo, and Anambra. Notable Nigerians who criticized Buhari in life and death. Wole Soyinka warned about Buhari's dictatorship's rule. Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, condemned the disregard for rule of law. Fadam Baka initially they said that Fadam Baka initially supported Buhari, later turned against him due to poor governance. Sondo Igbo had described Buhari as an ethnic tyrant. Obasanjo accused Buhari of dividing the country further and failing in all sectors. Failed promises. Buhari promised to end Boko Haram in 6 months, to fix power supply, to create millions of jobs, to fight corruption, to stabilize the economy. Yet most of these things wasn't under his leadership. There was silence in moments that mattered, refused to address the nation during major national tragedies such as NSAS, farmers killing, plane crashes, and school adoptions until days or weeks later. Many called him a silent president or ghost leader. Now, the question is, why did Buhari leave Nigeria to London in despite championing made in Nigeria? In fact, the question is, when did even Buhari leave Nigeria to London? When did this illness even start? Now, people started asking, should he be given a state burial with full honors despite widespread human rights abuses? Will victims of his regime ever get justice? Now, as Nigeria buries Buhari, the nation is not just closing a chapter, it's reckoning with one of the most controversial legacies in its history. Will he be remembered as a reformer or a ruler who silenced his people in the name of power? Like, that is what many people are asking. Like, everything that Buhari has done to this country, people will not ever forget it, especially the NSAS protests. People won't forget how NSAS went and how they ordered for the massacre of many youths during the NSAS. Now, more points on this Buhari's death and controversy with legacies. Judiciary is undermined. Buhari was accused of intimidating judges and suppressing judicial independence. Chief Justice Walter Onega was removed under controversial circumstances in 2019. Many saw it as an attack on the judiciary. His regime disobeyed court rulings, repeatedly, especially in cases involving IPOB, the sheets and pro-democracy activities. Infrastructure's White Elephant project. Buhari announced billions in infrastructure investment, but many projects remain incomplete. Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Second Niger Bridge, and others were inherited projects, not started by him. The Abuja-Kaduna Railway and others were hailed but marred by security attacks and poor maintenance. Human rights abuse. Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch accuse his government of torture, illegal detention, and extradition killings. Prisoners like El Zakaziki and Nnamdi Kanu were detained illegally for years despite court orders for release. Liberation Now protesters were violently dispersed. Even peaceful civil society meetings were broken up by security agents. Failed fight against corruption. Despite preaching anti-corruption, many of Buhari's closest allies were accused of embezzlement, like they were Abakari, corruption and power abuse before his death. Selective justice was a major complaint. Only opposition politicians were prosecuted while APC members were shielded. Like Buhari closed Nigeria's land borders in 2019, claiming it would fight smuggling and boost local production. It backfired badly, leading to food scarcity, high inflation, and loss of trade revenue. Smuggling did not stop; it simply went underground, and the masses paid the price. Lack of national unity. Buhari rarely addressed the nation in times of ethnic tension. He never visited Benue or Plateau during major attacks by herdsmen. His infamous comments that 97 voted for me, 5% did not depend national division. Media is under siege. His government banned Twitter in Nigeria in 2021 after the platform deleted one of the controversial tweets. Journalists were harassed, arrested, and jailed. Bloggers and online critics, especially youth, were targeted with cybercrime charges and DSS intimidation. Fuel subsidy confusion, inconsistent fuel policies causes endless petrol scarcity, even though Nigeria is an oil-producing country. Promised to remove subsidy, later we extended it secretly and left the problem unsolved for the next administration. Like a lot of things happened in Buhari's regime. Neglect of public health. Despite massive health budget, Buhari himself always flew abroad for treatment. He spent over 200 days in UK hospitals while Nigerian doctors went on strike due to poor working conditions and unpaid salaries. All those things, people would just keep remembering it and they were like, oh, what a regime. Major political killings such as Ahmed Gulak, former APC chieftain, Gunani massacre, killings of IPOB youths in Anambra, Imo, and Ebonyi received no major statement, visit, or justice from Buhari. So Buhari's death symbolizes an end of era to some people. So why some people are saying that we need to mourn Buhari. For many Nigerians, Buhari's death symbolizes the closure of a painful chapter, an era of promises unfulfilled, voices silenced, and hopes were that some youth feel this is a moment to reignite the call for justice for NSAS victims and others. Guys, just watch what Mama P said about Buhari, and I'll be right back.
Sit down. I said, don't give them mama, them baba, them baba, waiting you go to you. Alright, this is a special warning to everybody. Anywhere where you see my comment about Buhari, don't try to be stupid. Don't come there to come and say, what about you? That is it. Shut up your mouth. Let's just mourn your own. Show you the mourn. And your papa died. Mourn now. May you rest. Me, when decide say I no go mourn Buhari, leave me. Idiots. How many times did you mourn the people they killed at Target? Or you don't know that he was president then? Do you know how many innocent people have lost their lives because of the useless governance of these people? How can you be a president and for the trillions and trillions and trillions of budgets and money you borrowed from IMF, you could not build a standard hospital? You have to go and die in London. You don't die where? They're supposed to wipe you for that your bed. I can imagine the best of doctors that treated you, yet you died. Imagine us, we don't even get equipment where they treat. Now God, they keep us. Please, mourn a peace. You idiots that are under my comment section trying to form. If I swear I'll go for now, see it go reach on a body. Pasalwa, they crazy. Ogua gerak bijwa. Ugdo, una de mad. Oh, I should feel sorry now. I'm seeing some blog posting slow music. It's picture you there, Chris. Sentiments and emotions will not kill Nigerians. We should suddenly celebrate a Buhari. You are all idiots, the most miserable. Please, oh, let's just say, no wonder. For some days now, the useless guy show. You they confess now, so now do this. Rats no enter office, now talk. Now, so Buhari no go collect money for food. He was not dubious. Instead of collecting millions for food, he was eating beans and bread as president. You all idiots. And the idiots who not say we be now actually be. Maybe because you don't know say time for announcements don't reach, so you are trying to whitewash the image. So persons are coming to prevail on me to show emotions. A man that couldn't do anything. You didn't provide jobs, you didn't provide security, healthcare was zero, education zero, house to the strike every year. Protesters were killed and thrown inside river like waste product. There's nothing he was ever aware of. When the thing gets international recognition, they seek for the president's speech. He said, I was not aware. Is he aware he's dead? Somebody should tell him. Please, oh, please. If you have fake wishes to share it and not block you. But if you carry on come my doorstep now, Google help me kill you. This is the time to tag all Nigerian politicians. The time you will use to do condolence, use it to tag Tinubu, tag Ababio, tag Wike, tag all your governors, tag all the useless politicians that has made our life living hell, has made our youth age useless. Tag them and remind them that they will all die one day. Oh yes, I know I'm gonna die too. But the tears on my
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I thank God for my life today. My people, Buhari don't die. See life. See life. The Buhari criminal man that is sent DSS and military to come and kill me middle in the night in July 1st, 2021. He died today. See life. My people, we're supposed to learn about this. That criminal man, Buhari, Muhammed Buhari, he don't die. See, I'm alive today. I thank God. God, thank you for my life today. Criminal Fulani man that is with some Yoruba, with some stupid Yoruba people that gang off and come to my house middle in the night. They try to take my life, but God said no. If God say yes, nobody can say no. God said no. See life. You don't die today. Thank God. God, I thank you.
So guys, you saw the way people were rejoicing, right, over the death of Buhari. It shows that this man actually lived a bad legacy. Everything about him was bad. Coming from, even the NSAS protest was the worst one. The fact that people lost their lives in Lekki toll gate because of Buhari is enough to tell you that Buhari's legacy is actually bad. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for today. Let me know your thoughts below. And also, if you know you're new to this channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. And also tell me what you really think about Buhari's legacy by dropping that comments below. So guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again in my next live section.